Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Brother Allen Hensley here. And damn, I just heard and watched a video by High Res and Jimmy Levy called This Is War. Fuck! Powerful, powerful, powerful. And very fucking true. I've been saying that from day fucking one of this shit. Damn, more people starting to fucking speak up. Hoorah! You know, shout out to High Res and Jimmy Levy. Man, you guys fucking nailed it. From one veteran, you fucking nailed it, man. They've been wanting to come for us for a very long time. Why? Because America has been the standard bearer of any and all that is fucking good in this world. And if they don't fucking want good in this world, well, they're gonna try to rip the fucking standard bearer apart. But I'll tell you this, if our flag hits the ground anywhere, I will pick it up and carry that motherfucker, even if it means I'll die. So be it. Because I've been to war. I know what war is. War is my background. War is my fucking backyard, my front yard, my living room. My home is in hell and war. I was trained for battle and to kill without conscience. If that means dying, that we might win, so be it. See, this is what I was taught in the military. Before the military, I was taught two things. A man's word is only as good as his handshake. We come into this world alone, we leave this world alone. And the other thing I was taught is that if you stand for nothing, well, shit, you'll fall for any damn thing. You gotta take a stand. What's right is right. Always will be, always has been, always gonna be. What's wrong is wrong. Always has been, always is, always fucking will be. And trying to brainwash our fucking kids, that's wrong. Believing in God, our country, our families, the nuclear family, mom, dad, kids, that's right. Always will be right. No matter what the fuck they try to brainwash. That's right. And you know, I haven't gotten into the whole educational scene yet as far as going to school board meetings. But I've been feeling God pulled me that way. That and then to go back into prisons. Not as an inmate, as a minister, as a pastor. And I think that's where God's wanting me, really calling me to go back in prisons. To show the young men there that just because you went to prison once, don't mean you have to keep fucking doing it. You made a mistake, you paid your fucking time. When you get out, don't do it again. But you see, there's a problem. It's an epidemic problem. It's called the Democrats. They have brainwashed so many generations that the nuclear family, especially in the black community, is gone. Now, I'm going to give you a little receipts for that statement because I know it's going to be hard for a lot of you to swallow. Alright? Back before the Civil Rights Act and everything was signed. Alright? Women having kids out of wedlock. In other words, the single mother rate was somewhere around 15-20%. After the Civil Rights Act and after Planned Parenthood came on the scene, coincidental, I don't think so, it was all part of the plan. The single mother rate jumped in a single 10-year period from right around 15, 20% to 80, 70 to 80%. Holy fuck, that's a jump. Why? Because they were pushing this whole fucking narrative of you don't need a man, you're a feminist, feminism don't need a man, blah, 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 bullshit. And let me tell you something. They've only gotten crazier over the years. I remember in the 80s. See, I'm a product of the 80s. I was born in 74, raised up in the 80s, and by God, born and bred in America. Hoorah! And we were taught some fundamental properties that haven't been taught since the 80s. In fact, they were done away with in the 90s. Things like punch a commie for mommy. If you love your country, kill a communist. You see, at the time we were in a Cold War with Russia. Well, this nation, minus the 4 years of Donald Trump, this nation's been at war longer than I've been alive. Continuous war longer than I've been alive. Let that sink in. Think about that. I'm going to be 50 years old in a couple of years. So think about that. This country's been at war over 50 years? Continual fucking war over 50 years. And who've been the perpetrators of that war? Well, I'm sorry to say that George W. Bush, George Herbert Walker Bush, Reagan actually was trying to get us out of war. In fact, he helped end the Cold War with Russia. Thank you, Ronald Reagan, for that. One of the best presidents ever. Lyndon Baines Johnson, which I'm ashamed to say is a Texan like myself, got us into Vietnam. Kennedy was trying to protect America, but he wasn't going to go into Vietnam, so they had to kill him to get him out, so that Baines could get in so that we could go to war. Teddy Roosevelt was duped into going to war. You know, Eisenhower was a warmonger. I mean, I'm going back to World War II now here. Nixon was a warmonger. Fucking Carter definitely was a warmonger. I mean, you know, he didn't do nothing for people in Lebanon until... No, he didn't do nothing about Lebanon until they took Americans. Then he did something in Lebanon. Alright, that was all fucking so we could go to war with them. We didn't go to war. We just sent in some special forces. They fucked shit up and got the fuck out of Dodge. Which is what special forces do. We fuck shit up and we move on. That's it. Life's over. Next mission, please. But my entire life, this nation's been at war. There's no other nation who's been at war that long. None. In the history of our fucking planet, there's not been a nation one or a people one who fucking been at war for 50 fucking years. Over 50 years. Jesus Christ, more like fucking 90 years. You know, I did the math one time. There was 20 years between World War I and World War II. Then there was like 5 years, 10 years, and we were in Korea. Then, no, there was 10 years and we were in Korea. We weren't even done with Korea and we were already sending people to Vietnam as quote-unquote advisors to the South Vietnamese people. All during this, we were in a Cold War with Russia. Then, Vietnam ends. And again, 20 years later, not even 20 years later, we're in the Gulf War, the first Gulf War. I got a piece of that, by the way. Then we're in Bosnia, Rwanda, Somalia, Kosovo. Boom, 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 boom. One right after the other. I mean, let's see, who was in office then? Oh yeah, Clinton. One of the biggest corrupt motherfuckers you're gonna meet, other than Biden. Because I happen to think Biden's a little bitty bit more corrupt than fucking Clinton, but it's a damn close for first place. And we go to war again. Then Herbert Walker Bush sends us back after 9/11, which he didn't attack the right people because most of the hijackers were Saudi Arabian, paid for by the Saudi families, but can't attack them. They're oil, so we need their oil, so hands off. Instead, let's go to Afghanistan and say it was the Taliban. Now, we were looking at peace before the World Trade Centers came down. We were looking at a lot. We were looking at peace. We had the biggest stake, the biggest tank. We were the biggest army. No one gonna fuck with us. And then 9/11 happened. Which technically, I know that was an inside job. I tell you that right fucking now. That shit was an inside job. You don't get the intel that they fucking had for months and months and months and months and years on fucking end and not know that that shit's gonna happen and stop it before it does. They let that happen so that we could go to war. Why? Because Afghanistan has never been successfully invaded in over 3,000 years, but they do happen to have a very, very rich money source that the CIA and others wanted, which is poppy fields. Now, you might think, okay, well, why do we want their plants? Poppy is opium. That's right. Heroin, narcs, drugs, all about the drugs in Afghanistan. It's all about the opium. They've got opium fields. They got poppy fields going for fucking miles in Afghanistan. We were there to take it. That's what the bottom line was. We were in Afghanistan for fucking opium. My brothers and sisters died for fucking drugs. I'm not happy about that. My brothers and sisters get TBIs, missing arms, missing limbs for fucking drugs. I'm not happy about that. But then along comes Obama. Under Obama, more people were killed in Afghanistan than under any other president. Not because he had 8 years. I'm talking about the first fucking week. Then comes Donald J. Trump. One of the greatest presidents ever. In fact, one of my favorite presidents, right behind Reagan. And he actually moved Lincoln down from second to third. So that's saying something. And what happens? He contacts the leader of the Taliban, tells him, listen, asshole, here's the coordinates where you live. Here's a photo of your fucking house. Here's a photo of you in your living room talking to me on the motherfucking phone right now. Knock your shit off or I'll fuck you up. Not a dead soldier after that. No one got injured. No one got hurt. Nothing after that. Because they realized, oh shit, we're going to die, nigga. Okay. That's exactly what the guy said. Okay. I don't want to die. You got it. Whatever you want, Trump. Whatever you want, Your Excellency. Done. Then we get the Democrats releasing a pandemic because, well, fuck, Trump was taking us out of war. He was trying to bring peace. And what happens? We get Sleepy Joe, a guy who didn't leave his basement, couldn't draw a crowd of 50 people when he did leave his basement. Trump still pulling thousands of people a fucking thing. And yet, somehow, someway he wins, which he stole the election in my book. Not Trump, Biden. And what happens? We get to do disastrous removal from Afghanistan. We left over 37,000 Americans in Afghanistan. We've gotten a lot home because of veterans like me who said, fuck you, you're not leaving our brethren behind. You're not leaving our children, our wives behind with lists of who they are, where they're at, what they do, so that the Taliban can pop them easier. Let me put this very plainly, very succinctly to you. Trump didn't lose. Biden stole the election. That's why you never hear anything else about stolen elections. And isn't it funny how as soon as Biden gets in office, the pandemic is over, everybody. Give me a break. There was never a real fucking pandemic. God bless it. The fucking 1960s version of the Spanish flu killed more motherfuckers than this fucking shit ever would. Okay? And they didn't shut a fucking thing down. Woodstock went on. No one got dead. But you see, they needed control. The Democrats, the globalists, they needed control. They needed our rights. They needed us as Americans to willfully, gladly, and voluntarily surrender our rights. And they got a lot of you stupid motherfuckers to do it. But not me. I've never surrendered my rights. I fought for my rights. I never will surrender my rights. As of freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of religion, freedom of press. That's just the first fucking... that's just number one in the Bill of Rights. Number two is the Second Amendment, which states have the right to bear arms. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed upon, being needed for a duly formed and regulated militia. Well, what the fuck is a militia but a bunch of good old boys who will be willing to stand up against a tyrannical government and protect what's theirs? This is a war for our children, for our rights, for our very fucking existence. And if you think otherwise, you're an ignorant motherfucker, or you're willfully stupid and need to get educated on the facts. Because if you look at the cold, hard facts through a logical mindset, using science, you'll fucking see this is a war. They're not shooting bombs. They're not dropping bombs. They're not shooting people. Not yet. No. What they're using is soft kill things. Meaning, they're using viruses to kill us off. They're trying to get us to wear a face diaper. Why? So that we breathe in our own fucking reactivated bad germs and our own carbon monoxide and dioxide and fucking turn our own blood toxic and acidic to our bodies, and that kills us. And then they can say, oh, well, he had COVID. Oh, fuck you and COVID. The Chinese virus, which is what it is, let's fucking call it out for what it is. It ain't gonna kill us. Might make you a little sick. And if you're about 200 pounds overweight and a diabetic and have heart issues, yeah, it might kill you then. But you wanna know what will kill you? Being put on a respirator when you don't fucking need it because the hospitals make $35,000 each person. Being diagnosed with COVID when you don't have it because the hospital gets $30,000 for every COVID diagnosis. That will kill you. That's called medical malpractice, ladies and gentlemen. So let me just put it to you this way. We are at war. It's just a psychological, technological warfare. And if you're a patriot, if you love America and you want to see America succeed, they're trying to label you as an extreme terrorist. Well, I got news for you, motherfucking Democrats and globalists. If being an extreme terrorist means I love my fucking country, come and get me, motherfuckers, because I'll bury every one of you who try to stop me from being a patriot. I took an oath to protect and defend this nation against any and all enemies, foreign and domestic. I don't fucking give up that oath when I left. That's an oath you take to the day you fucking die, and I meant it when I fucking took it. No, I am in no way saying we should go out and kill these motherfuckers. No, this is a strictly informational video. But if you come for me and mine, I will information you to the next realm of existence. And I will use unbridled means. I will do so with extreme fucking prejudice. Now think about that. America has more guns than there are blades of grass. Think about that. That means that behind every blade of grass, there's at least one gun. You motherfuckers will never win. Because if you somehow manage to dismantle the military or make them so weak that someone thinks they can come in and invade, you don't have to worry about the military presence. You gotta worry about the average citizen who's a patriot, who's a gun-loving patriot, and knows that gun control means hitting your fucking target. Think about that. Again, this video is only for informational purposes. So fuck you, YouTube. Don't give me a strike and don't try to take it down because I'm only giving information. And I'm only giving the science of everything. You're supposed to be all about the science, right? Well, here's some science for you. Please know that we are in a technological and psychological warfare right now. And please, take care of you and yours. May God bless you and keep you. In fact, there's an old saying, I believe it's Irish in nature. May the road rise up to meet your feet, and the wind softly blow at your back. And until we meet again, may God carry you in the hollow of his hand. God bless.